Wow, it's so pretty. What a beautiful flower. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Jason Sebastian, Butterfly Square Garden. Smell the flowers. This smells so good. Who knows what flower these are? This is Confederate Jasmine, and it's blooming. Not only that, but there's more popping out over here. There's more popping out over here. And then on this other plant, more over here. These are just the ones that I moved to my room. I have more downstairs. On top of that, we have gardenia with new growth leaves. And then over here, these are the cuttings that I had in the moss, but I took them out and I planted them. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of the 5, this one, I guess wasn't rooted, so he's not doing well. But over here, in our little greenhouse, this one's doing really, really well. Gardenia smells beautiful as well. And then right next to it, we've got our tomato. Just growing a tomato right there, right in my room. So, welcome, Butterfly Square Garden. You guys remember our little bonsai project? Well, look at that. Are they doing well or what? My favorite part is the mosses. Like, I didn't realize that the moss would do so well. I kind of just threw it on as an afterthought, and it's literally like my favorite part. We have more over here. Check out that moss. That's a good moss right there. That's the one that we stole from a person's planter. Oops. So yeah, we're having fun. Here's the bog aquarium, and it's full of Java moss. We have our 3, I'm guessing they're nearite snails, but I can't tell because they're like, they came to me as a little speck with the trumpet snail babies. I put 4 in here. I keep changing the water, but one's messed up. And then over here, this aquarium is growing duckweed. That little leaves on top from when I bought the shrimp. So it's funny how we went to the store and we got shrimps, and then the shrimps died, but instead we've got the snails and the aquatic plants that are growing really well. Let's see. Strawberries pushing out new leaves. I can't wait to have strawberries. What else? What else? What else? This is just my room upstairs. My Sherry baby orchids used to be 1, and I split them up into 4. And you got this bulb over here, and then these, they're pushing out new growths. And if you want to know what a new growth looks like when it's a little baby, that's it right there. That little tiny nubby thing that's popping out through the bottom, that's going to grow into a bulb that's probably bigger than this one. But honestly, I think I love the little one. I wouldn't say I love it the most because it'll probably not give me flowers for a long time, but you know, they say just to be safe, when you split the plants, to have at least 3 bulbs, and I didn't. I was gonna do 3 and 3, but I think I had like 4. How did it go? 1, 2, 3. There was 4, and I was gonna do 4 and 4, but one of the groups of 4 split into 2, so I had a 4, a 2, a 2, And then this little baby, I was gonna throw away, but instead I took care of it and it grew. So, yep, I love my African violet that I grew because one day I snapped off a leaf from the one downstairs and I decided to take care of it and it grew into another plant. That's what that is over there, another African violet. But yeah, honestly, I wanted to share my jasmine. I just really love it. It smells so good. It's not my favorite. I used to think that like this was the best thing in the world, and it still is, but I actually think I like honeysuckle and sweet Elysium even better. But yeah, you can see on the trellis outside, that's all jasmine. So coming next month, I'm expecting that whole thing to be like a wall of flowers. That's what I want. Here's my very first orchid ever that I had for like a year, and then I converted it to a waterculture, and I never change out the water, I just top it off. And it's getting a double bloom here and here. And last year, the phalaenopsis, it is a phalaenopsis, and usually they don't smell, but this one, after having it for like a long time, it must have been like the third or fourth time that it bloomed, that's when I noticed that it started smelling after I converted it to a waterculture. So that's just a cool thing that I didn't expect to happen, but it smells like honey. And I don't really know what that's all about, but it's possible. So if you want to convert an orchid to waterculture, make sure the roots are pristine, like you can't have a speck of dirt on them. And then here's a little trick I used for the water. Have you guys ever heard of Topo Chico? That's what I used. I used Topo Chico as the water because it's like mineral water and it's carbonized, but it's got this special kind of bubbles that even when you leave the top open, it doesn't go flat. So I guess it's just some sort of like miracle water. But now I just give it normal water. And I like to believe that the algae is serving as some sort of pseudo moss to give it nutrients and oxygenate the water and everything. It's pretty gross, but I don't touch it. And the roots just grow down into it and soak up the water. They do kind of die back, but there's more roots going into the water than dying, so I just leave it alone. Yep. I don't cut off any of the roots or anything on the edge, so it's kind of going wild. And I like it that way. Let's see, I've got my succulent over here that's pushing out little pups. I never expected that to happen, but I repotted it and it's doing good. Spider plant pups. I've got dragon fruit cactus pups. Everything is doing really well. This is, I forget what this is called. Is it a forsythia? I'll have to double check. That was a gift. I traded a strawberry plant for it, and someone was so happy with my strawberry that they gave me this. So if anyone wants to trade any plants, let me know. Say goodbye to the jasmine. It smells good. My room smells good. I can't wait. This is going to be the best year ever. If you have like a spiritual deficit, grow some flowers because they're beautiful. They smell good. They clean your energy. I love it. I just love it. A little story with the gardenia. We have a gardenia downstairs that when my grandma was in the hospital, someone, I think my cousin or something, no, maybe I don't remember. Someone gave her a gardenia and she loved the smell. Maybe they were outside the hospital. But our uncle gave us an orange tree with the top cut off, and he grafted a gardenia bush onto it. So now it's like a gardenia tree. It's the coolest thing. I'll show you that downstairs one day. Bye, everybody. And take care of your plants. I love you. And once March comes around the corner, we're going to get those caterpillars. Yep. It smells so good. I smell it 1,000 times a day. And one more thing, on Wednesday, I'm having a Zoom interview for the Bronx Zoo, and I'm excited because once I get in there, then I can start pushing my agenda with the butterflies. I can take up space, I can grow plants. And in Bound Park, you know, I already have the monarch way station established, and the entire park has burdock seeds and plants because, like, the seeds have these little burrs and they get stuck to, say, your dog, and you pull it off the dog, and then they rip open and plant the seeds. So all over the park has burdock, which it's so easy to grow. This is burdock right here, this little thing. Like, I didn't even plant them, and all of the dirt with all of my plants. See, there's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. Like, every single cup that has dirt in it has burdock seeds, because this is like the 4th or 5th year that I've been reusing dirt, and it's just hilarious how the seeds are just in the dirt and they just grow. Like, I don't even have to plant them. But with that said, this is our morning glory seed harvest. This is our milkweed seed harvest. So in addition to everything that's already in the ground, I'm going to start planting more. We had so many leftover butterflies from last year that I mounted and pinned as many as I could, and now they're just literally like, that's a stack, that's a stack, that's a stack, that's a stack, 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 stack. I just have butterflies stacked up. So I think maybe today I'm going to convert some of them into, basically I have to glue them shut and I attach a little hook so I can hang them up. And then I've got more. And butterflies season is starting, so I gotta I have to finish what I did last year before we start next year. So I did a lot of cleaning yesterday. You know, I've been working on just clearing the floor, you know, do one thing at a time. And having a clear floor is a big one, because when you can't even like walk in a straight line, you gotta like, you know, move around objects. It's frustrating. So maybe I'll try to clear off my bed. You guys can see in my videos that things are just piling up. Like, I filled up all of the bottles with worm tea, and then once that was filled up, I filled up this trash can with worm tea. I do strain it, so it is strained. And then over here, you know, every time the aquariums get dirty, I'll just scoop out the water, and then this will go into there, filter, come out. So that's where I get my worm tea from. It's from aquarium water. I've got extra dirt, just using that to plant stuff. But yeah, if you look outside, there's still snow. So I can't wait for there to be warm weather where I can go outside and plant my plants, because I can't take them outside and my pea plants are just climbing up the wall. You know, I was supposed to take them outside, and I did. Like, you guys remember my little greenhouse, those are still outside, but I'm overflowing with plants. And these are just the ones that I was like absolutely not going to let die. So I took a couple choice plants inside, like the jasmine, but outside we have like a bunch more. So I can't wait when in spring, where things start popping out of the ground for the first time. That's like one of the most exciting times of the year. Like almost more exciting than when flowers start blooming in May. But that's another thing I love when, like say the milkweed starts blooming, that's when the butterflies come and you start to find caterpillars in the garden. So I just wanted to say hello. I was really just gonna talk about the jasmine, but these videos always turn into more because there's so much to talk about. But let's smell it one more time. It smells so good. Check out my other videos, Butterfly Square Garden, like, subscribe. This is a place where you can be free to be yourself, a place where we treat you like dirt, which is a joke because we make the best dirt in all the land. And I never get tired of saying that, so. I didn't even mention my Wrinklealia glauca. I think this one might put out a flower. I've never gotten a flower from this type of orchid yet because when I first got it, I tried to convert it to a water culture just like my Phalaenopsis, and when I was cleaning the roots, I accidentally split it in half, and it didn't like being water culture, like the roots rotted away. So I replanted it and they came back to life. This one's stunted and tiny, but this one's doing really well. So maybe we're gonna get a flower. Hopefully the Sherry babies start flowering, but for now, I'm happy with this. So say goodbye to the flowers, everybody. Love ya. Drop a comment. What's your favorite flower? What's your favorite time of year? Bye.